All right, here you go. The owner for the NBA's second most valuable franchise under fire for this scathing remark about the horrific human rights abuses in China.
Nobody cares about what's happening to the Uyghurs, okay? You bring it up because you really care, and I think that's nice that you care. The rest of us don't care. I'm just telling you a very hard...
Wait, you're saying you personally don't care?
I'm telling you a very hard, ugly truth, okay? Of all the things that I care about, yes, it is below my line.
Wow, I'm sorry. The plight of the Uyghurs, the Muslim Uyghurs, is below his line. Fox News Weekend co-host Will Cain. Will, this woke owner doesn't really care much about China. He's got business to do.
He does, Brian. And what Chamath reveals here is you can be both sociopathic and shallow at the same time. He holds himself out in that podcast as an ugly truth teller. I'm just telling you the way that it is. And, you know, on one hand, on one level, maybe he has a point. Maybe people don't care enough. He points out the issues that impact us on a daily basis are things like inflation or empty store shelves, and these are things that matter to him. And in some ways, just there, he might be right, Brian, but he doesn't stop there in his life, because what Chamath is a poser. He doesn't reveal morality in his life. He reveals going with the flow, fashion items. This is a guy who's been behind, of course, the BLM protest and protesting American inequality along with NBA players. This is a guy whose company, by the way, whose investment vehicle is called Social Capital, whose stated purpose is supposed to be advancing solutions to the problems that plague humanity. Humanity! And yet here he is. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about genocide, forced sterilization, camps, concentration camps. So what he reveals, I think, is how shallow all of this morality play is. He's not strong. He's not a strong, ugly truth teller. He's weak, and he goes along with the flow. That's what this shows. He doesn't stand for morality. He stands for what he stands to gain.
Well, ultimately, after it hit the fan, he called in his communications team, and it took him 10 hours, but they came up with a statement to react to the backlash. He wrote in part, "In re-listening to this week's podcast, I recognize that I come across as lacking empathy. I acknowledge that entirely. As a refugee, my family fled a country with its own set of human rights issues, so this is something that is very much a part of my lived experience. To be clear, my belief is that human rights matter whether in China, the United States, or elsewhere. Full stop." So in other words, forget what I said earlier, Will. I changed my mind.
Well, you know, okay.
Not really.
I don't know that he has changed his mind, Steve. I think he's just trying to get, he's trying to wiggle off the hook. He's changed what he wants you to believe so he can move on.
Right.
Let's talk about lived experience. He talks about he's a refugee, so he has particular ability to empathize here, even though he didn't reveal it in that answer. Let's talk about lived experience. So I'm coming back to this idea that I said to Brian. It is hard for human beings to care about every single issue across the world. It is hard for us to prioritize on the same level things that are far away versus things that are home. That's an ugly truth. However, and I had Enes Kanter, NBA superstar or star who stood up for human rights on the Will Cain podcast. And I put this to him. I challenged Enes. I said, that's what LeBron James says. I need to handle what's at home, what happens in Cleveland, what happens in Ohio. I can't handle what happens in a state in China. And Enes's answer was awesome. He said, wait a minute. This isn't some abstract thing far away. You do business there. From 2016 to 2020, the NBA had a training camp in the state capital where there is a Uyghur concentration camp. This isn't far away for Chamath. He is profiting in the place where this atrocity is taking place. You don't get to just go, oh, this is far away, when it's lining your pockets. That's the sociopathic part I brought up with Brian. Yes, a pose, but a sociopathic pose.
I hear you. Great point.
Well, and Enes Kanter, Freedom, he said, when NBA says we stand for justice, don't forget there are those who sell their soul for money and business, like this guy, the owner of the Warriors, who says nobody cares about what's happening to the Uyghurs. When genocides happen, it is people like this that let it happen. Shame. Thanks so much, Will.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Yeah.
All right, more Fox and Friends coming up.